Smokey, what are you doing?
All right, so this is our little goat stanchion that I built. And we built this because our goats have now had their little ones. So this is Lucy with her little one, Mazzy, right there. You can see it right there on her side. Now, we've been bringing them up here just so they get used to eating on the stanchion. And they get used to us being around them. So when it comes time to wean the little ones off of the goats, we're gonna start milking these girls. But we want them to get used to coming up on the stanchion. We want them to get used to us touching them. And we're just helping with the little ones right now. It's kind of fun. But, so I built this stanchion one evening. So in the background, you can hear our other goat, and they're always together. And when they're separated, they cry for each other. So it's kind of funny, but she sounds like almost like a human crying for herself. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about the stanchion itself real quick. So I put this together one evening really, really fast. It took me about an hour to do it. When I started building this, I had to brainstorm really, really fast because I needed to get it done with stuff that I had on hand. So I was thinking, well, I need something for the legs. Well, I knew I had an extra 4x4 laying around. So I cut that 4x4 into even lengths for the legs. And I use that right here. So I put 4 legs on it with the 4x4. Okay, 4 legs. And then I connected the legs with a 2x4 in the front and a 2x4 in the back. And then I used 2x6s on each side. Now, the only reason why I used those specific sizes is because that's what I had. Probably would have just used 2x4s, but I didn't have enough that evening to go with 2x4s all the way around. So I used 2x4s and 2x6s on that around it to hold those all together. And then right here on the top, I used 1x4 decking planks that were left over from when we redid our porch. I saved the good boards that weren't rotted, and we've been using those for different shelters and stuff like that for different animals. So this is just 1x4 decking planks that I screwed in on the ends and down the middle, and it's worked out really, really good for when the goats come up here and stand. And if I get milk or soap and water and all that stuff under, I just pour a little bit extra water on it and it comes right off. Now, up here, I built this little box right here to pour their feed in. And I looked up online to see an appropriate height for Nigerian Dwarf, because that's the kind of goats that we have. So I put it on there, measured across, put 2 2x4s here to hold it up. And then in the middle, I put a 2x2, and I put it so it doesn't move. And then I use another 2x2 with 1 screw at the bottom, so it'll go side to side like this. Now I have the goats, when they come up, they put their head through right this. They go right down into the food. I can close this 2x2 right on their neck, nice and gently. It doesn't hurt them at all. And then I'll take the leash and I just go right around that, hold it still, and I'll buckle it off, and they're completely safe. They eat their food and then they're pretty much immobilized. So I can come back here, I can make sure that they're okay when we're milking them, so on and so forth. And it's worked out really, really well, but we're using this right now just so they get used to it. So when we wean the kids off of them and we decide, and it's time for us to actually milk them for our use, it'll be really easy and they'll be used to it. So we've been doing it twice a day right now. We've been walking them up onto the stanchion, putting them on here, putting the food in there, getting them used to it, getting them used to us touching them, and it's working out really, really well.
So now we've got Caroline up here. We've got our sweet Caroline up here, and this is her baby James. So we have not milked them yet. They've just been giving milk to their kids. When we do start milking them, they'll be really nice and used to the stanchion and used to us handling them. And I think it's gonna work out really, really great.
So this is little James. And when he was born, he was coming out head first, no hooves. So I had to reach in and pull his little butt out. But he's actually not little at all. He's actually really, really big. And but he's a little character. He's skipping around right now, and he's a lot of fun to watch. So if you decide to have goats on your farm or on your homestead and you decide to milk them, try building your own milking stanchion. I did it. It was really, really easy. Building a goat stanchion, not a difficult task at all. You can do it with stuff that you have left over, just laying around on your homestead, and give it a shot.